This is Max HD, and welcome to my review of one of the most anticipated anime games of all time, Jump Force. And man, am I gonna have a field day with this one. This review is gonna piss a lot of people off. Jump Force is a 3v3, 1v1 styled arena fighter which celebrates the 50th anniversary of the Shonen Jump manga magazine. This game was announced at E3 of 2018, which makes it the second anime game to be announced and have its debut at E3 next to Dragon Ball FighterZ. It was made public notice that this game has been in development for 4 to 5 years, and please keep that in mind because I'm going to be using that a lot. That's going to be brought up a lot throughout this video. I'm not going to try and compare this game to other games, like other games outside anime games, like AAA developed games, because you'd see how far this game falls. It would be unfair, it would be stupid how far this game falls. Now, when reviewing anime fighting games, I typically use 6 pillars to review anime arena brawlers. These are story, combat, game modes, graphics, characters, gameplay. We're gonna start with story. It's mind-boggling that they get professionals to come up with this shit. Jump Force's story is trash, lackluster, boring, and it puzzles me that with this much development time, that this is what they did with Jump Force. The animations, they did have good cutscenes. It's what pisses me off. Nowhere did I turn in Super Saiyan. Okay, now this is a cutscene. It's like, you know what? Let me just. It's like these cutscenes that, should be throughout the game.
Goku no san, mada ikeru ka? Ah, mochiron da.
Goku looking like, nah, this is a cutscene. All right. I'll sell BG no. Dang, he threw me off the stairs. Yo, now this is what I'm talking about. Like, where's this? Yo, if this is the whole game, now this game would be fire. This man threw me off the side. I'm offended. I'm hurt. I've fallen and I can't get up. I've fallen and I can't get up. Where am I? The voices are completely gone in like 75% to 80% of the story mode. These voices are non-existent. There's only one mission type in Jump Force. At least Xenoverse had this hard mission type mode and bosses, and Storm had QTEs and boss battles with gorgeous animations, I might add. But here, legit, it's go over here, fight these guys, or fight a jump hero, and that's it. I'm not even gonna go into the story itself. The story itself is like the only thing interesting that happened in this whole plot is that plot twist at the end, towards the end. And even then I don't care because I'm not invested in the character as much to care. They showed like nothing. There was no backstory. I never cared about that guy. The story essentially was just to go recruit this jump hero after beating the shit out of him and then fight these Venoms. Like, this is Dragon Ball FighterZ all over again. That's legit it. And then at the end, there's and then at the end it gets less repetitive, and yet I think that's towards the last chapter. I think that's the last chapter or the second to last chapter. All of this coupled with the most horrible animations I've ever seen in an anime game. I am not shitting you. I'm not kidding you. This is every anime game apart from the ones before the PS2 era. Before the PS2 era have better animations than this game. I am blown away, perplexed, puzzled that I'm saying this right now. They had to patch in the option to skip a cutscene. How did this get on shelves with no option to skip cutscenes? And even then, we can't even pause the cutscenes. I don't want to skip cutscenes. I paid $60 for this game, and for what we get for $60, which is not much, why would you want to skip what they actually give you? What they actually give you, y'all. And then you can't even pause cutscenes, like to do something else. Like if something else around you required your attention, you can't pause it. You just have to just sit there and do that other thing and miss the story mode. And you know, this story is just that's it for the story mode. Next, on to combat. Since it's essentially what everyone is praising this game for, the game's combat can be attributed to two games mainly: Rage and Blast and Burn and Blood. And those games did it way better than this game ever could. Now, also it can be attributed to Storm games, but not as much as Rage and Blast and Burn and Blood. Like, Storm is fun. Storm is even more fun than this game. The combat for this game is made up of rushes and smashes, exactly like in Rage and Blast. You can vanish cancel and instant transmission cancel, like that type of instant transmission thing, exactly like in Rage and Blast, in the Rage and Blast series. And even snap vanishes are taken straight from the Rage and Blast series and then put in here. Everything, this is essentially Rage and Blast 3. People, like, I have no idea where people are getting the idea that this is close to Storm. This is nowhere near close to Storm. If you've played Budokai Tenkaichi series or Rage and Blast series, you would know what I'm talking about. I don't see Storm anywhere. Like, legit. I think this is as close to Rage and Blast 3, and I was an avid supporter of Rage and Blast 3. I was waiting for this. I was waiting for Rage and Blast 3, like, and then this is what we got. I'm gonna let that sink in. This, like, I don't see where Storm fits into any of this. People are most probably saying it's close to Storm because they've never played Rage and Blast games, the Rage and Blast games. Like, the Rage and Blast games are restructured into this game. If you wanted to play Rage and Blast 3, here you go. This is your meal ticket. Like, this game is nowhere near close to Storm. I don't know where people come up with that. And Rage and Blast 2 is my favorite DBZ game to date. So when people say at least the combat's fun and it's good, like, it's okay here, it's been done way better in both Rage and Blast and Burn and Blood. This game randomly drops combos. Sidesteps are made useless since opponents track you everywhere you go. You don't get punished for playing aggressively or spamming. Attacks have super armor with them, and ultimates can be distributed to people. The ultimates are just that you can just like that hit an ultimate. You don't get punished for it at all. Well, actually, for some characters you do. For other characters, it's a no-go. And then it's so quick. Like, who's the producer for this game? And it's like all these things keep adding up. The AI is garbage. I think Spike just doesn't know how to do an AI. Like, they failed at every attempt. Not joking with you. I think just Spike doesn't know how to do AIs. Like, in the story mode and, mostly in the story mode, The AI, to make the AI more difficult, they just increased the damage scaling of the AI and then implemented the block button legit to the AI's DNA as to where that is forever the AI's life is to block. The AI is absolutely horrendous in this game. I'll give credit where credit is due. The combat is a bit technical here. However, it's because it's from Raging Blast, and Raging Blast did have a technical. And Raging Blast did have a technical combat. They've brought it from there, and it's still done better over there. Raging Blast and Burning Blood. The flow of combat is also fast, but apart from that, the combat is decent. Raging Blast and Burning Blood do it way better than this game does. I should mention that combat is more fun over here than in Burning Blood. Burning Blood had a more technical style to its combat, and the community, and fans that didn't have time to delve into it didn't like it as much. But here, because of the toned down combat system, it's more fun over here than in Burning Blood. And yeah, game modes. This game is devoid of game modes. They really could have seen some parts of the story mode. I don't need to take Gon out to see the castles. That is not my job when there are Venoms and Jump Heroes that still need saving. I thought it was going to be a cutscene. I fought the Mafia. Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah. Hunter x Hunter. Hooray. Hold up. That's it? You know, I've been playing too many good games. I feel like that's the reason why I'm just so disappointed. I've been playing too many good games, good story games. That's why I'm so disappointed with this one. Whew. I want to talk about garbage. Never mind. Never mind. Are you serious? This is the reason we have to fight. This story mode is trash. This story mode is so trash. If they have to put stuff like this in there just to extend the story, it's just trash. I've written several stories. I could have written one way better than this. I'm just saying. Like, I don't like these type of things they put. Like, this could be like a side mission. This could be a side mission. Like parallel quests. Like, if they put parallel quests in the form, like this could be these kind of things could be it. You have free missions, story or key missions, extra missions, and offline and online battles, battle modes, and training or tutorial, like whatever. And then that's it. There's nothing else. You don't have a tournament mode. There are no endless for online, no spectator mode. I could go on. Like, I am bamboozled. I thought this game was learning from. I legit at first thought this game was learning from other anime games, from previous anime games. But no, this is legit subtracting from previous anime. Like, it's checking off a list. What can I remove? What can I remove that was good, in other anime? And I don't know how that's possible, but it is, and it's called Jump Force. Since this game doesn't have a 2v2 system like J-Stars or a 3v3 system like Xenoverse where all characters are on the map, I can't play with a friend through these free and extra missions which are boring and grind sessions. Thus, I have no incentive to play through these missions, and I'm not going to because it's like they're just boring. You just fight. I'm stupid. What am I talking about? That's in a fighting game. You just fight. That's like they don't add any spice to it. Nada. I could see the use of an arcade game. Of an arcade mode. It's not even here, and I was in J-Stars, wasn't it? An arcade mode. This is crazy. This is crazy. Graphics. Graphics is also something decent in this game. The flashy stunts in this game makes this game worthwhile to watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. The flashy combos and supers are the shining jewel of this game. So if you just like seeing, sparks fly everywhere, this is your game. More power to you. You know what? Nah. Storm is more your game than this, but even Storm does that better than here. Ultimates in this game look cool, yet it's done better. Storm games. Ultimate Tenkaichi. Burning Blood. I can go on legit. And that's it for the graphics. Characters is another place where Jump Force falls face down on the ground. Why isn't Suna, Madaka, Hiei, however you say his name, Toriko, all these characters that were in J-Stars not here? Legit, you can just port their character models, port their movesets, implement them in the game. You're good. Then add on to it. Where's Soma in the story mode? Hinata from Haikyuu, Alan Walker, Yuma from World Trigger, 4 to 5 years of dev time, and this. Just this. This is the 50th anniversary of Shonen Jump. I made a video a while ago on why I felt like the character reveals at the time were lackluster. And apparently that did not sit well with people. And yet here we are. I knew the moment CACs were announced for this game that it would take away from the creativity of the story mode and the characters. I knew it, I could smell it, I could see it. People, I've learned, don't like to hear, it's just like people just don't want to, they just like to hear what they like to hear. If you tell them what they want to hear, then they're good. Oh, Lord. And who are all the people that were defending the characters before the game was out saying,
"Oh, don't you remember? J-Stars basically announced all their characters 3 weeks before their release, so calm down, dumbass."
Whoa. Oh, how times have changed, haven't they? I want to see where are your characters now? Where's Suna? Where's Toriko? Where's Madara? Did I say Suna? Y'all making excuses for these. Y'all making excuses for the company. And yet, your money is being eaten away. They get paid. You enjoy a crappy game. Gameplay. In terms of the overall package and replayability, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Jump Force is a replayable game. I'll give it that. Only for its combat though. The rest of the game is trash. Garbage. Hot. Just liquid ass. After the story and the free missions and the extra missions, there's only online and offline. battles, and after like a month or two, I guarantee you will get bored of this. You know, it's hype now. It's hype now because Jump Force is fresh. It just released. But, you know, give it some time. Give it some time, excuse me. In terms of the overall package, this is a whole no for me, dog. This is nowhere close to it, Chief. Now, I would call this next session is like miscellaneous, I guess. My 2 cents on the whole thing. This is gonna cause the video to be like much longer because I am bored. I have a lot to say, bruh. Why is this so close to Xenoverse? Like, why is this so close to Xenoverse? I feel like I've seen and played this game before. Jump Force, Time Patroller, characters with red eyes, Toa and Mira, Kane and Galena. This game is like absolutely nothing new at all. Like, I thought the story mode was gonna focus on like us being nerds and like we're transported, you know, to the. Even if they came over here, like us being nerds and like we get to like I don't know even us being just that phrase, us being nerds is way better than Jump Force. Jump Force. That's what you call your game. That's what you call your game. This is like who let this get on shelves? The reason Xenoverse is actually good and did well for its time was because it was something new. Even the hub comes back. Oh my lord, the hub. I need to talk about the hub. The hub comes back over here again, like in every other anime game that has character creation. The hub comes back again. Like, this hub area is also, this is worse than in Shinobi Strikers. That had some life to it. There's actually some color. This hub area is so boring. It's mute. There's no life or vibrancy to this hub area. And why are we using hubs for everything? I am like, Lord, I'm tired of seeing hubs. And I'm tired of seeing Trunks. Trunks, get out of this game. Why do I see Trunks everywhere? Like, legit, he is in Dragon Ball Super. Alright, let me chill out. Alright. Trunks, you good. Actually, no, you're not good. Stop appearing in every game. You're like the Batman of DC. I'm tired of seeing Batman in every DC movie, every DC animated movie. And this whole area. What was this area used? What was the point of this area? No one goes over there. Oh no, fam! This man running too slow. This man is running without a purpose. Yo, hurry up! Why'd I come here? Why'd I come here? Oh, fam. Is there an entrance, top here? Somewhere? Let's go talk to... I don't care who I talk to next. Ken Jordan facts, like, what is going on here? What is the purpose of this area? Do you have races over here? That whole thing is a waste of time. Like, were we supposed to race there or something? That would have even been a fire thing that they added, like a mini racing component with that area where you can like race with your pods, vehicles, whatever, for something like something worthwhile like that. Why am I thinking of this? I can get paid enough for this. They could have scraped the hub and used the development time for something relevant. I'm tired of seeing hubs. Where's my main menus? Like, give me main menu. I'm tired. Take away the hubs to character creation. Boy, am I gonna have a field day with this one. The game, like, legit, to this day, the game that still has the best character creation to date is Ultimate Tenkaichi, a PS3 game. A PS3 game. Let that sink in. Character creation was a conceptually good idea, a great idea. I was opposed to character creation at first and warmed up to it because, I let the hype get to me. I hated it at first because I thought they would focus on that and leave the rest of the game. More importantly, I thought they'd use the created character CACs to make people just, buy the game. Like, they legit used CACs as a cash grab, so people would be like,
oh, character creation? Didn't want it. Take my money. Take my wallet.
And it might as well have worked, because I'm confused as to what happened to the rest of the game. The non-existent game. Your created characters are voiceless, lifeless bodies that just stand around and legit have zero. At least universe character creation had emotions. They would squint their eyes or smile or something. Here, we do not do anything. We just look and just nod our heads. I think that's legit. The only thing we do is nod. That's it. In Ultimate Tenkaichi, you had voices. You could interact with people. You had life. You were interacting with characters. Legit. You had separate voices. You would even change voices with your created character to have fun with it, because there was legit a voice called Crazy, right? That voice said the most outlandish stuff to characters. Like, the dialogue one voice would say, this Crazy voice would say differently, and that would be the funniest thing you've heard, like, all day.
Just so you know, my power level is 530,000.
Lord Frieza, I'm honored by your presence! Is that what you thought I'd say?
My full might shall silence you!
We cut out all the talking and just get on with the program! Oh, you're 17? Well, here I come!
You? Alright, let's begin round 2.
What? I can't hear you! You're too far beneath me!
You? Alright, let's begin round 2.
So, we meet again. This time I'll be the winner.
Yeah! Let's fighty fight to the finish!
So, we meet again. This time I'll be the winner.
I'm not holding back because you're a woman!
That was like, Ultimate Tenkaichi actually had voice acted. The Ultimate Tenkaichi, no, a lot of people don't understand. Ultimate Tenkaichi was very ahead of its time for an anime game. I don't know what happened to Spike. I can't see my CAC as a living character that socializes and interacts with other characters. Like here, movesets, like, you only have 3 movesets you can equip. Just 3. I was so hyped at first because I thought, like Ultimate Tenkaichi again, that you could equip like all the characters' movesets. Ultimate Tenkaichi could make you equip all the characters' movesets. Here, no, you get 3. And you know what? Let's say Swordsman, you can, like, I was most hyped for character creation just for the fact that I could play as, like, I could equip the Swordsman movesets into my character. But you know what? Nah, you know what? Let's just move Swordsman to the side. You know what? Why not? Why can't? Well, let me just go see if I could use Killua or Sanji as, whose movesets are fire, and add it to my, character. You can't do that. You can't. Like, even move specials out of, like, special characters like Yugi or Jojo and Swordsman. You can't equip Deku's movesets. You can't equip. Like, that was just extremely disappointing. That took me out, that almost took me out completely. It didn't take me out completely, almost did. The story mode took me out completely. At least give us everyone's moveset, but swordsman and specials. Like, like I said, Yugi or Ryo Saber. Aura changes. You can't equip anyone's aura, like in Ultimate Tenkaichi. Like, in Ultimate Tenkaichi, you could equip Omega Shenron's auras, Super Saiyan 4's aura. Like, you could equip Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's aura and put it on you, and you'd feel like a god. Super Saiyan God was a thing before Battle of Gods movie. That thing was called your created character in Ultimate Tenkaichi. I am perplexed as to why, like, if you could copy any game, like, at least copy a game that is old. Like, why copy Xenoverse? Like, Xenoverse is still a thing. There's Xenoverse 2, which I think there's gonna be a Xenoverse 3 after the Project Z thing. Like, I'm perplexed. In this game, you can change the color of your supers. Legit, I think legit, it's the only new thing about Jump Force. In this, like, it's the only new thing in this game. How? In Ultimate Tenkaichi, CACs could equip any character's movesets. Any of them. You could equip. I think I said the end all be all, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Who? Let me remember whose aura was so outlandish. Was it, I think, Majin Buu? Someone's aura was just outlandish and just funny to watch. You could equip that. Like, y'all, this is PS4. We're in the PS4 era. The generation. We're closing up on PS5. PS5 is being announced this year or next year. Why don't we... What is going on? And then a color slider. We don't have a color slider or a hue slider on clothes. Why do we have to pick from pre-rendered clothes for color? Why in 2019 is this a thing? Is this not a thing when Ultimate Tenkaichi could do it in 2011 or 2010? One of them. Like, y'all even remember when we even wanted stage transitions to last? Stage destruction, you dumbass. In, like, throughout the match, in like, anime games. Do y'all remember that? Like, legit, we've put that to the side because, you know, Bandai is BSing us. And we have to, like, push that to the side. Because, like, now that's seen as nitpicky. Because these other technical stuff that should be already, you know, fixed within games we have to now focus on that and then leave stuff like we were going forward at first. Now we've gone way back. I'm gonna elaborate more on that in the coming minutes. Give me time. Like, okay, the transformations in this game are just cosmetics. Nothing here can be changed. I mean, nothing here are changed when you transform or go awakening, but a few supers for some characters with true awakenings. If they don't have true awakenings, you see legit the same movesets, the same supers. That's it. And then even for characters, like, they did Luffy so wrong. Why does Luffy have gear second when Snake Man, Bound Man, Snake Man are things in the anime? And they were in the manga, and y'all are focusing on mangas, and they were in the manga way before. I know why they did this too. The movesets. They didn't want to implement a new moveset onto Luffy. When y'all had 4 to 5 y'all had 4 to 5 years of dev time to do this. Transformations and awakenings do absolutely nothing but make characters look cool. In previous games, on the PS3 and PS2 games, they meant something. They were both valuable and cool. They weren't just cool looking. On the PS2 games, more on that to come. I'm extremely puzzled at how anime fighters before this have already done everything this game has done and done it much, much better. Everything about this game screams mediocrity to me. People praise the combat and make it seem like since it's decent, I guess, that it overshadows the rest of the horrifying game. Like, the story mode is trash, but the gameplay is good. Fam. Like, where were y'all when Raging Blast 2 needed a sequel? Because, like I said, it's almost exactly like Raging Blast. The combat, actually, it's even more like the Budokai Tenkaichi series in that respect. And even those, and Raging Blast and Tenkaichi does it way better than over here. Like, where did y'all go when Burning Blood was scrutinized for having a trash story mode if the story doesn't matter in a fighting game? Burning Blood is the most technical anime arena brawler we've had to date. The closest thing we're going to have to a competitive fighter in an anime game. The only problem that was wrong with Burning Blood is the artificial AI. The AI was just, it's like this game, but like, I don't know which one is worse. Actually, I don't know which one's worse. Some supers were broken, and like the story mode of Burning Blood was, whew. I'm gonna talk about trash. Like, legit, that's it though. Everything about that game was, nah. We have supports, and then the supports. Yeah. Apart from that, everything in this game, in that game, was done exceedingly well. Burning Blood is the only anime brawler where I saw like the community come up with combos tailored to specific characters. Like, it was so refreshing to see the community come up with combos that, and then go at it like at a very technical level with complex and intricate combos. If you were amazing with Zoro, you weren't gonna be amazing with Luffy. I'll tell you that much. Burning Blood required preparation and attention to each character before going online. You think you were good in the story mode. You hadn't seen anything online. That's not the same with this game. People are just trash in this game, like, and the visuals. The visuals of Burning Blood had me in tears. These are the visuals of Burning Blood. Like, legit, if we're talking top 5 visuals in an anime game, hold on. I was about to say Burst Limit. Burst Limit was number 1. But Fighters came out, and yikes. I'm going to say Fighters number 1, Burst Limit number 2, the Storm Games number 3, Burning Blood number 4. Burning Blood is, if Fighters hadn't come out, Burning Blood would be in top 3 of most like beautiful visuals we've had for an anime game. Burning Blood had amazing visuals for an anime game. The anime gaming community favored story modes at the times of Raging Blast and Burst Limit. That's why those games didn't get sequels. They flopped much like Burning Blood due to the story. And this is not a bad thing. This is not bad, because Storm Games did something exceptionally well with their story mode. People saw the rest of the games as like mediocre.
Why do we have this amazing story mode, and then you go have this crap? Nah.
That's the mentality of the ACG at that time, which I applaud that, actually. Something Raging Blast 2 did horribly wrong was with their story mode, which is non-existent. Legit, that did not have a story mode, because they understood. They thought people were tired of seeing the same Dragon Ball story mode done over and over again. Apparently, they were so wrong, because people still wanted to see that story mode back one more time, and it wasn't there. Which, you know, I feel like if it was there, it would have been a great story mode. But they made that mistake. Spike has been making mistakes over mistakes, and after Raging Blast 2, their next game, wow, did they have one of the worst mistakes of and which I'm about to get into right now, because it's shifting our attention to Ultimate Tenkaichi. Ultimate Tenkaichi did one thing wrong. Legit, one thing. That was the combat. The combat of Ultimate Tenkaichi was, I have no words to explain how bad, how mediocre, how trash that combat was. I'm not gonna lie to you. The ACG obliterated it for that one thing. Now, my point is, with sequels, this game, which have amazing potential, could have amazing games. Number 1, just like Budokai Tenkaichi did. Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and Budokai Tenkaichi 1 have a lot of differences. Budokai Tenkaichi 2 would still be hailed as one of the best anime fighters to date, while Budokai Tenkaichi 1, I don't know about that. These games, specifically Ultimate Tenkaichi, Burning Blood, have enormous potential for a sequel. If they did sequels for those games, they would be everything. Jump Force, though, on the other hand, I cannot see potential for Jump Force. This game has no potential at all. Everything here is bad. Everything here is trash. Everything here is done better in past anime games, way past anime games, than this 50th anniversary game. Look, if you love this game, more power to you. My point here is to tell you this thing is trash. If you love it, fun is a subjective thing. You can love this game. I'm not here to bash on anyone who loves this game. That's not what I'm trying to do here. Don't get it misconstrued. Look, if you love this game, more power to you. Fun is a subjective term. Absolutely, go for it. What I'm trying to get you to do is look at this game objectively. Objectively, this game is trash. This game is garbage. This is liquid ass. This is 2019. Can we expect better anime games? We're moving backwards here. anime games on the PS3 are hugely better than this game. Why? And like I said, I wasn't gonna compare this to other AAA developed games, other games, but like I have to do something here. Like, look at Anthem. Look at Anthem. Anthem, this beautiful game, huge. That's AAA developed. People say that isn't even worth the $60. That isn't even worth $60. And some of y'all are buying Jump Force for $100. Whew. Guys, at some point, we have to scrutinize Bandai for games like this. Like, hard-earned $60 should not be spent on games like this. This isn't worth $60. This is not even worth $30. You guys had 4 to 5 years. You guys had 4 to 5 years to make a game, and could even use assets from J-Stars and Burning Blood. And all these missing characters whose character models could have been used, so you would have focused on the story or the character creation or something. Like Spike, Bandai, someone answer me. This game feels so rushed. I am perplexed. And what pisses me off? What pisses me off is that since this game was being developed for 4 to 5 years, that development time was taken from Burning Blood. My favorite anime game to date to work on this game. And this is what we got. This is what we got. This. Wasn't it confusing that we were promised that we'd get a story mode that spanned from East Blue to the Doflamingo arc, and all of a sudden, they scraped all of that? Wasn't it weird that we got almost all the characters from the pre-time skip era of One Piece in Burning Blood, and yet they're playable but not for no reason? Like, they're not in the story mode, they're just here. They rushed Burning Blood story and made that piece of shit because of this piece of shit. Guys, don't buy this game for $60. This game is not what the 50th anniversary of Shonen Jump needs. And it's definitely not the game that this community needs. Like, this is supposed to be the end-all be-all of anime brawlers. This is supposed to be the end-all be-all of anime brawlers. This is what we get. Like, does that mean don't have fun with the game? Obviously, no. You can have fun with this game. If you love this game, more power to you. All I mean is don't spend full $60. Vote with your wallet. My favorite anime game is Burning Blood. And I have lots of fun with Burning Blood. Like, I could stare at, and even the visuals, like I said, I could stare at Burning Blood for... Yet, I did not pay $60 for that game because it was a flawed product. I did not pay $60 for Burning Blood because the story mode was trash. The AI, Jesus Christ. The supports, what were they thinking? The broken supers? What the fuck? This game, it's like, Burning Blood, don't get me wrong, has potential. Like, if they fixed all of that, this would be one of the best anime games to date with a sequel. Even My Hero Academia Wants Justice. If they fixed, like, the issues with that, I haven't played it, so I don't know how many issues it has. Maybe, maybe it's like the whole thing, But if they fix, I feel like if they fix that game could be Ultimate Tenkaichi could have gotten an amazing sequel. If they fixed the combat, if Ultimate Tenkaichi had combat like close to Raging Blast or Storm in the sequel, then they improved the story mode because remember, Ultimate Tenkaichi had boss battles. It also had QTEs. Ultimate Tenkaichi was one of the best Dragon Ball Z games, but because of the combat, that completely set it off to the side. It's like Ultimate Tenkaichi is like the Drake of the rap game, right? Drake had a Ghost Rider, even though he is a good lyricist. Because he had a Ghost Rider, he's not gonna be considered one of the greatest, but he's still a great lyricist. But because of that Ghost Riding thing, and then same here, Ultimate Tenkaichi, because of the combat, everything else is like good with this game, amazing. Everything is like amazing with this game. Characters, story mode, fire. Characters, had almost all of them. Stage destructions. This Ultimate Tenkaichi was the reason why we started to fight for stage destructions that lasted throughout the whole match.
Take you down.
Ultimate Tenkaichi had stage destructions and actually looked like a next generation game on the PS3. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. This game, however, I can't see the potential for this game. I really don't. I feel like this is the maximum this game can reach. Like, to fix this game to be like a great game, you'd have to rework everything in this game. Everything. The areas where this game shines, which is one area, the combat, is like decent at best because you can find better combat in other anime games. And I feel like this is like I said, this is the best they can do with this game. We have to start giving our money for these type of games. And patches and stuff are not tangible enough of a reason to give this game a pass. Sell us a finished product and then improve it.
I expected those to be at release and then they add content because that's how a game's as a live service works. It doesn't mean you develop everything and then you cut it and you piecemeal it to us. It means you give us an amazing product filled with content. You satisfy your player, and then you have a staff that creates new content and say, boom, month later, here's a bunch of new items. As they're doing here in this goddamn fucking roadmap, which is hilariously late, unacceptable, and it's going to kill the game. The game is, seriously, this game is going to be dead in like a week or more.
I think it's going to die.
If a game's not finished, Bandai, delay the game. Something. You can't, this is unacceptable. Not even get to the loading screens? Loading screens. I'm not even gonna go into that. We just need to give feedback on the potential of some of these anime games. And I'll be starting with Burning Blood. Because Burning Blood, Bandai, I hope you're listening. I really do. I hope you're listening. Burning Blood might have flopped. But with a sequel, a good story, a better AI, take Spike to camp and teach them how to do an AI, please. remove supports. Please take away supports. We don't need supports. What's the last one? Oh, and the broken supers. If they fixed all that, Spike, Bandai, I guarantee you, Burning Blood could be one of the best. Burning Blood could sell a lot. You know, Bandai, Spike, do you know how many people are trying to get into One Piece with a One Piece game? They don't have time to sit through 800 episodes of One Piece. Bandai, if you did this, you would potentially, get rich. The reason why Storm Trilogy was put on a pedestal among the ACG is because it's a complete game. The story mode for Storm, past Storm games have done it. So even in Storm, they're moving backwards. But Storm, especially Storm 2 and Storm 1, Storm 2 and Storm 1. I would say Storm 2 and Storm 3. Storm 2 and Storm 3 had great story modes. Characters were there. It had game modes. Those Storm games had game modes. There's a reason why Storm is being put on a pedestal. It's not because of its fighting. It's still fun, but it's not because of that. It's because it's a complete experience in an anime game. You are not listening, Bandai. Like, Storm is complete. I think it's the most complete anime game experience we've had since Budokai 3 and Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Because Raging Blast 2 didn't have a story mode. Raging Blast 1 just went to the Buu Saga, and that's it. Burst Limit just went to the Cell Saga. Ultimate Tenkaichi, the combat was gone, was non-existent. Storm games had the most complete system in an anime game, next to Xenoverse. Why it's sold great. It's one of the most complete games you've had in this. Y'all priorities are messed up. Like, y'all focusing on this when you should be focusing on this. Like, make complete games, Bandai, and then the anime community, and then you see cash flow. Like in Storm is put on a pedestal for a good reason, not the reason y'all are looking for. Like, I'm gonna make a video on potential fixes for Burning Blood, but like, that's a separate video for another day. But I need to drill this home, Bandai. This is unacceptable. But yeah, that's it about Jump Force. Like, guys, this game in 2019, when Storm 1 was made a decade ago, and on the PS3, it's like, overall, like, everything better than this game. It's unacceptable. We can't be having this in 2019. Something needs to give here. We need to tell Bandai with both our wallets and feedback, not just only feedback. The ACG needs to come together as a collective. This is unacceptable. Like, when I see, like, the other gaming community, like, what happened with Battlefront 2 and EA, why can't that be us, though? Why can't we give feedback like this to Bandai? If you hated the vid, give a dislike, I guess. If you saw some value in my video, please share this video. You don't even have to like it. Like, we need to get this to as many people as possible. Like, just share the video. I don't even need a like. Like, my channel is not doing great. I just want this to reach many people. Like, we can't be spending $60 on games like this. Like, I guess I'm seeing all this stuff because I'm a veteran and some of y'all are newcomers to, like, the ACG or something. Because even the first Budokai game on PS2, the game that started mainly started all of this, is better than this. overall, that's an overall package. Story, animations, game modes, characters. I don't want to say, would I say characters? No, I can't say characters. Like, apart from characters and like combat, everything else is better in this game. Everything. And that's Budokai on the PS2. Come on, like, yo. We have the Black Clover game, the 7 Deadly Sins game, and then this game, Jump Force, and even Budokai, the first Budokai game was better than all of them. So going back to the review, like story mode, that's no. Combat is a yes. Game modes, no. Graphics, I guess. Characters, that's a no for me, dog. Gameplay, no. Overall, this game is a 3 out of 10 for me. I might take it to 2 out of 10. Everything here is lackluster and done to death. Not to mention very boring. The combat is the only thing saving this game, and even then, it has its problems, and it's decent. The graphics are good, but this game still looks like a fan-made game on the Unreal Engine. Like, go look up Dragon Ball Unreal, or, you know, some of these Unreal Engine demos, and you'll see why people are saying this looks like an Unreal fan-made game. But guys, leave your comments down below. Give the video a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. It's been UMax HD. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.